Woe to those making unrighteous decrees, and writers who have prescribed toil, to keep the needy back from right ruling, and to take what is right from the poor of my people, that widows become their prey, and orphans their plunder. What shall you do in the day of visitation, and in the room which comes from afar? To whom would you run for help, and where would you leave your wealth? Without me they shall bow down among prisoners, and fall among the slain. With all this his displeasure has not turned back, and his hand is still stretched out. Woe to Ashur, the rod of my displeasure, and the staff in whose hand is my displeasure. Against a defiled nation I send him, and against the people of my wrath I command him to seize the spoil, to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mud of the streets. But he does not intend so, nor does his heart think so, for it is in his heart to destroy, and cut off not a few nations. For he says, Are not my princes sovereigns? Is not Calno like Carchemish? Is not Hamath like Arpad? Is not Shomeron like Damascus? As my hand has found the reins of the idols, whose carved images excel those of Jerusalem and Shomeron. As I have done to Shomeron and her idols, do I not do also to Jerusalem and her idols? And it shall be when Yahweh has performed all his work on Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, that I shall punish the fruit of the greatness of the heart of the sovereign of Ashur, and the boasting of his haughty looks. For he has said, By the power of my hand I have done it, and by the wisdom, for I have been clever, and I removed the boundaries of the people, and have robbed their treasuries. And I put down the inhabitants like a strong one. And my hand finds the riches of the people like a nest, and I have gathered all the earth like forsaken eggs are gathered. And there was no one who moved his wing, nor opened his mouth with even a peep. Would the axe boast of itself over him who chops with it, or the saw exalt itself over him who saws with it? As a rod waving those who lift it up, as a staff lifting up that which is not wood. Therefore the Adon Yahweh of hosts sends leanness among the fat ones, and under his esteem he kindles a burning like the burning of a fire. And the light of Yisrael shall be for a fire, and his Kadosh one for a flame. And it shall burn and devour his weeds and his thorn bushes in one day, and consume the esteem of his forest and of his fertile field, both life and flesh. And they shall be as when a sick man wastes away. And the remaining trees of his forest shall be so few in number, that a child records them. And it shall be in that day that the remnant of Yisrael and those who have escaped of the house of Yaakov never again lean upon him who smote them, but shall lean upon Yahweh, the Kadosh one of Yisrael in truth. A remnant shall return, the remnant of Yaakov, to the mighty El. For though your people, O Yisrael, be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return, a decisive end, overflowing with righteousness. For the Adon Yahweh of hosts is making a complete end, as decided, in the midst of all the earth. Therefore thus said the Adon Yahweh of hosts, My people who dwell in Zion, be not afraid of Ashur, who beats you with a rod and lifts up his staff against you in the way of Mitzrayim. For yet a little while, and the displeasure shall be completed, and my displeasure be to their destruction. And Yahweh of hosts stirs up a lash for him as the smiting of Midian at the rock of Arab, and as his rod was on the sea, so shall he lift it up in the way of Mitzrayim. And in that day it shall be that his burden be removed from your shoulder, and his yoke from your neck, and the yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointing oil. He has come upon Ayath, he has passed Migron. At Michmash he stored his supplies. They have gone through the pass, they have taken up lodging at Geba. Ramah is afraid. Geba of Shaul has fled. Lift up your voice, O daughter of Galem. Listen, Laisha, O poor Anathoth. Madmenah has fled. The inhabitants of Gebim sought refuge. Yet he remains at Nob that day. He shakes his fist at the mountain of the daughters of Zion, the hill of Jerusalem. Look, the Adon Yahweh of hosts is lopping off a branch with an awesome crash, and the tall ones are cut down, and the lofty ones are laid low. And he shall cut down the thickets of the forest with iron, and Lebanon shall fall as a mighty one.